This podcast is sponsored by IQ Bar. Ever read the back of a healthy-looking protein bar? The ingredient list is almost always shockingly bad. Empty calories, tons of sugar, and ingredients you can't pronounce. This is why I love IQ Bar. Every IQ Bar flavor is packed with plant protein, prebiotic fiber, and brain nutrients like omega-3s to keep you sharp. There are no weird ingredients and next to no sugar or net carbs. And they taste great. IQ Bar complies with every diet, keto, paleo, vegan, plus it's gluten, soy, GMO-free. See for yourself why IQ Bar is the #1 brain and body protein bar in the U.S. with over 10,000 5-star reviews and hundreds of thousands of happy customers. You'll love how you feel. Now get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, just text HYDRATE to 64,000. Text HYDRATE to 64,000. That's HYDRATE to 64,000. By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/terms.
You are now tuned in to the Prescription for Purpose podcast, the #1 podcast for Christian women to learn how to apply God's principles to fulfill your God-ordained purpose. Every episode will empower you with the tools and wisdom necessary so you can strategically execute and excel in every area of your life. This is the place for you to learn how to walk in purpose, to walk with purpose, and to fulfill God's purpose. Hey girl, hey, welcome to another couch conversation. I am super excited about our conversation today. It is a revelation that God has given to me, and I want to share it with y'all before we get back into Proverbs, okay? I've been busting at the seams with revelation that I could not share because we were on our fast, and girl, I got them to give. Today's episode is entitled, You're Doing Too Much. Yes, you, the most, too much, okay? Here is what I want us to understand is that a lot of times we have all of this zealousness for God, and it leads us to overcomplicate his plans. And it's very easy for us to get distracted by the layered details of our plans and our dreams for our lives. What happens is we aren't really submitted and committed to adhering to God's plans. We aren't truly submitted, and we do more than what we were instructed to do. We overcomplicate the instructions, and then we end up stalling because we're overwhelmed. And this is just the truth that is really keeping you from seeing the growth that you want to see. I have been given a lot of clarity in regards to my business. And one thing that I've had to remind myself is that, hey, this is a 5-year plan, not a 1-year plan. You have to pull it together. You have to pull it together. You are going to need to pace yourself. Only do what is on your plate. You need to regulate your plate because you are trying to do too much and you're going to burn yourself out. We have to pace ourselves, or we are going to mess around and drown in the work. We're going to drown and be lost in the assignment. And quite honestly, we will drown the seed that God has given us because you're pouring all of this stuff on the seed. And if you pour too much water on the seed, you will drown it. And then there's no fruit regardless. So we have to make sure that we are identifying the clear step-by-step instructions. We are identifying the minimal viable product. Depending on the situation, that looks different. What is the minimal?
Low energy, or low E, affects millions. In fact, it would be running rampant if it had the energy to run. Fortunately, Planet Fitness can help. Now through May 10th, join for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Enjoy equipment for every workout in our clean and spacious judgment-free zone. With your new Big Fitness Energy, you can combat low E symptoms such as persistent couch crave and excessive leaning. Don't wait. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
Viable product for your business? What is the minimal viable product for your household? How can you meet the instruction that God has given you to its totality without you overstepping the boundary of what he said? And to us, we feel as if we are giving God our best. But if you are going to end up burnt out, you're misappropriating and misstewarding your capacity. I always try to justify my extraness, my doing too much, of me wanting to show up in excellence. And I'm actually going to be talking about this on the podcast, but excellence by definition is only doing what we can within our capabilities. Doing that. So if you got 70%, giving God all 70, that's excellence. We try to give God 100 and you only have 70 to give. And then you want to know why you're frustrated and you're burnt out and why your resources don't last and all of these other things. And it's because you haven't identified to just do the instruction. And this got Moses caught up. God told him to go speak to the rock. He hit the rock, trying to do stuff in his own capacity. And it ended up costing him the ability to ever set foot into the promised land. God allowed him to see it, but he never set foot in it. So he did all of this work, obedient, going, telling Pharaoh, let my people go. What God had said, he did all of this work and sowing only to disqualify himself because he was doing too much. We cannot disqualify ourselves because we're doing too much. Only follow the instruction. That's it. Identify the minimal viable level of obedience. Because God's instruction is simple. We just have to follow them to a T. We cannot get so preoccupied with excellence without us even doing or completing the thing. How are you going to call something excellent and you trying to do it in excellence and it never gets done? God wants it done. So we work as unto the Lord. Get the things done, girl. Get the book done. The app, he told me he wanted it done. And there's upgrades and all of these things that I'm working on, but it had to get done first. Remember that we are working to God's glory and not our own. God's glory, not our own. So I pray that this snatched y'all up the way it snatched me up. I cannot wait for us to continue our journey of wisdom as we keep going through Proverbs. I'm super excited to hop back in it tomorrow. I love you, girl. God bless you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Low energy, or low E, affects millions. In fact, it would be running rampant if it had the energy to run. Fortunately, Planet Fitness can help. Now through May 10th, join for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Enjoy equipment for every workout in our clean and spacious judgment-free zone. With your new Big Fitness Energy, you can combat low E symptoms such as persistent couch crave and excessive leaning. Don't wait. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and friction and reduce wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99. Limit supply. See store for details. Get Syntec only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.